It's hard to explain really, because I don't want to play it down too much, but it doesn't mean a great deal to me. Like, today was all about winning a test match. It was about giving Cookie a good send-off, the send-off that he deserved. So that's like, for me, that's what today's focus was on. It's certainly what my focus was on. I guess my mum and dad will be happy, then they don't have to come to Sri Lanka. But it's one of those things. Like, I guess I've said this all throughout my career. Like, I think when I sit down at the end of my career, when I finish, it will mean a hell of a lot to me, and to be able to see what I've achieved. But right now, it's hard when you just put all your energy into the present and trying to perform well for England. That's all I really focus on.
In terms of today, though, getting the ball off you, Joe's already admitted that he was not going to take the ball off you. He would only have taken the ball off you if you'd come to him. You were in a zone where you just didn't want to give the ball away, I presume.
Yeah, but that was because of the game situation. I didn't think that anyone else could do the job I was doing. They had a really, really good chance of winning the game if those two guys stayed at the crease. So I knew my job was to dry things up, and then Adil could bowl into plenty of rough for him to bowl into, and he could attack a little bit more from that end. But it was just about building pressure and creating pressure and trying to get the run rate to a point where they couldn't chase it, or they had to take too many risks to chase it, which we did. That was all I was focused on. I guess at I think when the catch went down behind the wicket, that's probably when I thought it's not going to happen. But the fact that I think the fact that we stuck at it all day was a really good thing for the team to be able to get the result when it was, the game was sort of drifting away from us at some points.
How do you put something like that to the side when you know you've got a major record is literally on the horizon? How do you detach yourself from that? Alistair Cook explained yesterday how he's tried to take the emotion. One of the greatest assets he has is taking the emotion out of his batting. When you know you're one wicket away from getting, how do you just detach it so you don't try too hard, you stay focused, do what you do day in, day out?
I find it quite easy because when I bowl well, I'm focused on the process of bowling and the game situation. So today, when I came on just before tea, I think it was, my job was to dry up runs. We set a relatively defensive field. I had Johnny up to the stumps a couple of times, and my job was to dry things up, and that's all I was focused on, was getting the ball in the right spot pretty much as I could. So when you focus on the right things, and that's when you don't think about everything else.
Teammates, and I think fans keep on saying this phrase, putting you up in cotton wool so that you're ready for the next series after that, and the Ashes, etc. How long do you envisage still? Have you even set something on the horizon in the future when you're thinking of going down Alistair's route, or have you not even thought about that yet, how long you could go on for?
I don't really think about it. As I said, I think I play my best when I focus on what's ahead of me and the next game, the next series, or whatever it is. So I'll go away now. We've got a decent break before Sri Lanka. I try and get myself in as good a condition as possible to cope with the rigours of bowling seam in Sri Lanka, which could be tough. And then we'll just see how it goes. I read something that Glenn McGrath said, and he went into the 2006 Ashes with no intention of retiring, and then by the end of it, he just, he thought his time was up. So, that could happen to me. Who knows? I don't like looking too far ahead. I don't think it helps, certainly me or the team, actually, when we look too far ahead, whether it's in a session or in a game or in a day of a test match. If you look too far ahead, you take your eye off what's actually happening here and now, and that's what I like to focus on.
There have been examples of players either taking a tour off or a bit of time just to focus on it. Maybe Andrew Strauss, I think, took Bangladesh off to get ready for an Ashes series. I mean, has any of the management approached you about doing something like that? And if they did, sounds like you'd reject it. You just want to keep playing each game as it comes.
Yeah, I mean, at the stage I'm at, I don't play one-day cricket. so I think that I have enough time in between test series to be able to prepare myself well and get myself in good physical shape to be able to, we came into this 5-test series in 6 weeks with question marks. So will the bowlers get through? We've got 2 30-plus bowlers. Will they will they need resting, or will they get injuries or whatever? And we've done it, and we pride ourselves on working hard when we got the chance, when we get that time off. And myself and Stuart don't play white ball cricket, so we have that time to be able to get ourselves in the right frame of mind, the right physical condition to be able to cope with whatever's ahead of us.
And where do you think that this team actually is at this moment? Obviously there's going to be a bit of change with Alistair not being around anymore, but if you're looking at the overall shape of this test side with the Ashes, the next game, or the next major series here, do you think that the side is in as good a shape as it can be, or have you got some concerns?
Yeah, I think we've made really good strides in this series. We've had a really inconsistent period in Test cricket, and it's something that we've really tried to do something about and make sure we improve and we put in more consistent performances. And I think we've done that. And there's been different people coming in. Sam Curran to get man of the series. I think we found a gem there. He's an absolute. Just a diamond of a player to be able to score runs in crucial situations, or to be given the ball in any situation. Having that left arm option as well. He's extremely skillful with the ball, and he loves the battle and the fight that Test cricket brings. And so that, I think we've made real strides in that respect. The players that we've got are, we always knew we had a pretty strong team and some really exciting talent in there, and we're lucky that we've added to that this series.
Jimmy, you looked quite emotional out there when Alistair sort of went up at the end. Can you maybe describe what those emotions were and the relationship that you've had with him, what it means to you? It's been an emotional series because it's been sort of quite close, and you take the Rose Bowl for example. We were lunch on the first day. We were really behind the 8 ball. We lost a lot of wickets, and you're always sort of on edge, and it takes it out of you emotionally, I guess. And then when Alistair told us that he was retiring as well, for me, he's just been kind of he's obviously a very good friend, but he's been someone that I look up to, and the way his work ethic and the way he conducts himself, he's a real kind of idol to not just me but to the rest of the team. So he'll be missed in that respect. I'm sure we'll still be very good friends going forward, but I'll just miss him. On tours, in dressing rooms, that shoulder just to lean on when it's not going so well. Even on the field, he's someone I go to, and because he stands at first slip, he knows my game really well, and it's just, I guess I was emotional because he's not going to be there for those times anymore. And just your reaction to the reaction of everyone else, the crowd and everyone throughout this game, and when all the ovations.
Well, I think it just speaks volumes for him. He's an amazing guy. I'm trying to hold it together now. But he's just an amazing bloke, just so solid, down to earth, and really cares about people, cares about English cricket. So I think what he's done, not just on the field, but for English cricket as a whole, is something that should be recognised, and it'll be missed as well.